How y'all doing? I'm Joshua Wiley, and this is my third time trying to record this, but I know when things happen out the blue, crazy, like something messing up out of this and something, the devil doesn't want me to get this out. The devil doesn't want me to get this out, and I'm gonna get it out. Like I said, the third time recording this, but let's anyway get it, man. I was shown this last night, and for the longest, back in June when I watched the BET Awards, I forget who it posted it. I forget who it posted it. But, and I was like, I even said it in the comments back in June. I think it was like June 27th or something. I was like, yo, how they gonna disrespect DMX and Def like that? And for the longest, I didn't record it because I was going through other stuff in my life. And then when K.Williams passed away, I said, you know what, I'm just leave it alone. But it wouldn't stop hounding me. It wouldn't leave me alone. And that's when I realized, like, wow, this is the Holy Spirit. And like I say, respect to both gentlemen. And when the Holy Spirit said, you know, I'm sitting there this past week and a half, he said, why don't you look into it? And I was like, I don't want to talk about, you know, Michael K.Williams and DMX at the tribute. And he said, but what if there was foul play in Michael K's death? And it has everything to do with DMX also. Now that sparked me. That sparked me. And that's what led me down to this rabbit hole. Look, y'all. First, I'm going to deal with the DMX situation. And like I said, once I saw certain things, it was like, poof. And the Lord said, nobody is seeing it. Nobody realizes that Michael K was sacrificed also. He was sacrificed also. Now, we ain't gonna hide the fact. DMX never hid the fact that he did not agree with homosexuality at all. If you look on my page in the videos, there's a video that he has that he did back in that I uploaded, and it's clips of him talking. And he talks about when he whooped somebody up in Def Jam who came at him with the homosexual favors. And he said he whooped dude. And a lot of problems in his life started after that, after he whooped this high-powered millionaire exec. You know what I'm saying? He ain't tell who he whooped, but a lot of issues came his way, right? So, and some people might say already, I don't see how he was disrespected at the BET Awards. Look, I'm going to just say it like this. K.Williams was a known homosexual, and in the past all day I've been studying up on his life, and he might not have just came out because he know it ain't accepted in the black community, but I'm sorry, like I was locked up when The Wire first came out, so I never really got into it or seen it. I'd never really seen it until last year when my brother from who grew up, well not grew up, but my brother lived around Baltimore for 20 years, and my brother got me on The Wire, got me to watching it last year. And so last year, and I'm going to just say this, for people who say he wasn't homosexual, look, you kiss another man in the mouth, you're homosexual, you're gay. You grind and all that, like you with a woman and you grinding on another man, you gay. You gay, that's just what it is. He did some really gay stuff. He really, let's just say it like this, he played the part of Omar to the T. You know, about this gay gangster. He played that to the T. Kissing boys in the mouth, all that nonsense. Grinding on them. Anyway, so, and like I say, respect to Mike in his death. And I never make a video disrespecting the dead like that. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting the dead, you know. But I'm actually gonna expose him being sacrificed. The bigger agenda that was going on. And let me tie this all in together. So DMX, I'm watching the tribute in June, the BET Awards. And like I say, some people might say, well, that wasn't disrespectful to have Michael K pretend to be DMX, because Michael K came out during the song Slippin'. Immediately, I got mad. Like, y'all got a gay actor pretending to be X. Now look at the agenda. Hold on, look at the agenda. You have, at this same award show, you have Lil Nas X slobbering down this other man. And that's all the world talked about. Lil Nas X kissed another man at the award show. Kissed another man at the award show. So you have this gay agenda going on in BET at this award show. And then you have a known gay actor come out and pose to be DMX, a man who stood against it tooth and nail. Everybody, can't nobody say DMX, he agreed with homosexuality. No, what? Or can't nobody say DMX wouldn't have got mad at a gay actor playing him when he's gone. What? Really? Honestly, sit there and say in your head DMX wouldn't have got mad or wouldn't get mad. Say if he was alive right now, if he was brought back from the dead, and somebody be like, yeah, they had a gay actor, a known gay actor, play, act like he was you and do your song, do one of your songs at your tribute. You think he gonna be like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. No, you know, that's like me passing away and knowing I'm against homosexuality, but have another man come up there who have a homosexual come up there and start doing my songs and pretend to be me. Yeah, I'm slipping, I'm falling, and he didn't even know the words. He kept messing up the words. But pay attention. We're gonna get back to that preview. But anyway, that is the ultimate humiliation on to DMX, is to have a homosexual pretend to be him at his tribute in front of his family and his kids, in front of the whole world. The ultimate humiliation. Can't nobody tell me no difference. But remember when I did the video back in April on X's death. Now this is key. Now I'm about to play some dots, and that's why I said at first, I was like, Lord, you want me to do the video about DMX being humiliated? And that's when he said, Josh, what if Michael K was actually sacrificed? And it's deeper than what you realize. Remember when I did the video and I said DMX was sacrificed for Lil Nas X's career? DMX song 4321, that was his first introduction to the world. His first mainstream song was LL Cool J's 4321. And he became a vegetable, brain dead on 4321. On 4321. That's key with what I'm about to share, because if you know numerology and Satanism, when you're dealing with Luciferianism and Satanism, you follow the numbers, you'll find the devil. Again, you follow the numbers, you'll find the devil. So DMX, during that week, Lil Nas X comes out with the blood in the sneakers. He comes out with the Montero video, and I think it was the week before DMX died. He comes out with the Montero video where he's in hell, and DMX didn't hide the fact that he sold his soul to get where he was at. I sold my soul to the devil, and the price was cheap. And yo, it's cold on this level, cause it's twice as deep. But you don't hear me. Ignorance is bliss, so on. Sometimes it's better to be thought dumb. Shall I go on? Josh, go on. So he didn't hide that fact, right? So you have the Montero video where Lil Nas X snaps the neck of this muscular, masculine Satan. Remember, the Satan that was in hell was, I ain't gonna tell nobody to go back and watch the video. Do it if you want to. But make sure your kids ain't around when you watch it. But you have this masculine, brolic Satan, and who's doing all this freaky stuff with Lil Nas X. Then at the end, Lil Nas X snaps his neck. Boom. Takes his head off, snaps his neck, and takes his crown and put it on him, symbolizing there's a new image. A new image. It's no longer the masculine. We're gonna push the gay, the feminine homosexual. And I gotta say feminine homosexual. Now here's where Michael K comes in. Now remember we brought up Omar. Remember he was praised for his character as Omar, which they like to do, of course, in a homosexual society. They're gonna praise you if you're following their agenda. So he plays this homosexual, and some people might say he was, look, I'm gonna tell you, well, after I did my homework on Michael K, on K.Williams, he was a dancer, y'all. He was a dancer, and I'm not gonna say, oh, he was gay just because he was a dancer. No, but his first job as a dancer, well, not his first job, but he went on tour with George Michaels, another openly gay. He goes on tour with George Michaels, and then he's on tour with Madonna. So, beloved, when I tell you that when people sign that contract, in blood and things of that nature. He was around two people knee deep in the industry, George Michaels and Madonna, who could have easily schooled him on what to do in Kabbalah and all that little behind the scenes nonsense of this gay agenda with the gay mafia and that whole nonsense. But anyway, he was praised for doing his character in Omar, right? As his character in The Wire as Omar, this gay gangster. A gay gangster, he's praised, right? But it's a masculine gay gangster. You gotta hear me. It's a masculine gay gangster. And like I said, all my years of being incarcerated, I knew several masculine gay men who were gay, but they didn't flaunt it. They wasn't the feminine gay. They wasn't that overtly and all fragile. No, they were men, but they were gay. They were a masculine gay. Right? But anyway, let me finish. Let me get to it. So you have, like I say, all of this hit me last night and I was blown away. And I said, okay, Father, show me more. I always say, show me more. I'm like, what does, he was really sacrificed? The Lord said, a voice said to me, and I know it was the Lord, said, Google the day Michael K died. Google his death. Beloved, he died on not September 6, 2021. Like I said, this is my third time doing this. I ain't even write this page over. I'm not even gonna write it over. Now here's the date of his death. Don't worry about all the other stuff. I'm about to explain all the scribbles. 9/6/2021. Let's keep the 9 right here. This is the first thing I noticed once I saw the day he died. Let's keep the 9 right here. Let's add 6 plus 2 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. 9, 11. Immediately my mind said, poof. That's in numerology and in Satanism, that's one of their numbers for death and sacrifice. Sacrifice for change. 9/11. We are all too familiar with those numbers, 9/11, right? But I want y'all to notice something else. That was the first thing I noticed, right? And you see the 9 and the 6. The Lord said, now remember, with DMX, his first introduction to the world was 4-3-2-1. And then he became brain dead on April 4th, 3, April 3rd, 21. 4-3-2-21. And I said, Lord, wouldn't it be ironic if Michael K's first introduction, I said, well, first, before I get ahead of myself, I said, you know, the Lord said, Google and see what Michael Williams' first movie was. And come to find out, his first movie was the movie Bullet. And he played, I think, Tupac's brother. He played a character, and I think it was Tupac's brother, in the movie Bullet. The movie came out 10/1/1996. Pay attention. Look, I gotta grab my marker again. Like I say, this is my third time doing this. The devil really doesn't want this out. And I have another video that's editing and uploading as we speak, called Babylon the Great Whore, the Mother of Abominations, on another series I'm doing about judgment in these last days. But anyway, his first introduction to the world was 10/1/1996. Now y'all might say, Josh, how is that his first introduction to the world? You just told us that he was a dancer for George Michaels and Madonna. They're celebrities, musicians have many dancers that we have no idea who they are. Some are known, but most are not. His first introduction to the world, though, as what made him famous with the movies, was in this movie Bullet. Now let's look at these numbers, right? First thing I noticed when I saw that, first I noticed the 96, but I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that 96. But we see a 10 and a 1, which is 11. And then we got 9-6, right? Didn't think too much of it, except the 11. I saw the 11, right? Something said, the Lord said, look at his birth. I rarely look at people's birthdays, right? But when you know in Luciferianism and Satanism, the same way they work the ritual of DMX death around certain numbers, they do it for every individual. If you look at with Travis Scott in the Astro World, my video on that, I spoke on how all the sixes aligned up. The mom, Chris, turned 66. They did it on the 6th day of the week, which was that Friday. And then it was November 6th. Kylie was the 6th child. And the baby in her womb was 6 months old. Never in their life would all those sixes align like that. The numerology in Satanism, once you learn these things, it's easy to spot, but they don't want you to learn it. So it's built, once people sign that contract, the numbers for the satanic rituals and all of that are fit to that person. You get what I'm saying? And so along with that person. So when you, let's look at the, I'm about to show you what I'm saying. Let's look at the birthday. His birthday is 11/22/1996. 11/22/1996. Now first, before I even get to the numbers of his birth, well, let's go on and get to it. Lord said, no, go ahead and get to it first. Don't skip over it. First, I saw 1 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 6. Even in his birth, you have the 3 6s. 6, 6, 6. And I ain't saying, you know, that's just pure coincidence. But like I say, once you sign that contract and your name in blood, your rituals and the things of that nature are centered around your astrological chart, however they do. All right? Let's keep that in mind. Y'all might say, Josh, you reaching, Josh. Really? Am I? Because right here, now y'all see, like I say, my third time, now y'all see why I was marking. The date of his birth, 1966. I mean, 1966. 1966. You see a 9 and a 6. And like I said, and when known Satanism, follow the numbers, you'll find the devil. If the numbers don't match, it's just coincidence. Remember that. Dealing with Satanism and Luciferianism and dealing with each individual person, follow the numbers, you'll find the devil. If the numbers don't match, it's just coincidence. You have 1966. You have a 9 and a 6. He died 9/6, September 9th, on the 6th day. His first introduction to the world was 96. A 9 and a 6. We have 3 9s and 3 6s. 3 9s, 3 6. We have 9/6. Died 9/6. First introduction to the world was on 9/6. I always say, Lord, show me more. He said, why don't you Google the day he got his scar? And like I say, this isn't a bash for Michael Williams. I'm trying to let the world know his death was not just a coincidence. Oh, speaking of his death, is it ironic that both of these black men, who both were masculine to the world, yes, Michael Williams was, even though he played the gay act, the gay gangster, he was still a masculine homosexuality. Is it ironic that both of them supposedly was on cocaine and with fentanyl? Is that going to be the new suicide to certain deaths? Oh, it was the cocaine and the fentanyl in the system. Is that going to be the new suicide? Asterisk beside it. Cocaine with the fentanyl. Is that just maybe that's all just coincidence, right? So I Googled the day he got his scar. And for the past, like I say, all day, while I was running my business and stuff like that, I watched tried to pull up every video where he's talking about his scar and how he got it. He doesn't go into detail at all. You know, usually when people, we get drunk, or you standing around, you telling your friends a story, you go into detail. Man, he swung this way. All of them are vague. He just says, wrong place, wrong time. It was my birthday. What did he tell Fat Joe one time? He said, I went left when I should have went right, or something like that, and I got cut. It is what it is. No detail on why it popped off, how it started, things of that nature, right? Now, I'm not calling him a liar, but it wasn't until he got that scar that he became famous. Remember, before he got that scar, he had already been on tour as a dancer with George Michaels and Madonna. Two people who are knee deep, especially Madonna, who could easily say, if you do this, and you do this, and you sign that line, we'll take care of you. After he got his scar, he got this movie role for Bullet a couple years later. Just a few years later, he got the big movie role with Tupac. But let's look at the date. It was on his birthday. And if you know Satanism and Luciferianism, they deal a lot around your birthdays many times, depending on the ritual and depending on your contract, right? Let me show you something, because we're going to deal with, we got somebody else's birthday that's involved in all this too. But anyway, y'all see the scribbles, yeah, third time doing it. But anyway, he got the scar on his birthday, on his 25th birthday, which is 11/22, just like his birth, 11/22, except 1991. This ain't no big deal, right? So like I said, follow the numbers, you'll find the devil. If the numbers don't match, it's just coincidence. Well, let's see if that's just coincidence. The night he gets this scar, and that scar is what got him his roles as a gangster, as Tupac's brother, because it made him look truly gangster and straight from the streets. This dancer, ballerina, ooh, this dancer gets this scar, and all of a sudden now he's in all these music videos as a thug. He's in the movies as a thug. You know, he's in playing this gangster. All of that, all from this scar that he got on his birthday, right? But let's add up the numbers. Let's see some numbers here. First thing I noticed, here's the first 6, and I already did the numbers from this one, so I already knew this was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 6. Let's do this. 2, 4, 5. 5 plus 9 is 14. I was horrible at math in school, y'all. Don't clown me. Don't clown me. Okay, let's do it. 2 plus 2 is 4. 5. I'll make sure y'all can see it. 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 plus 9 is 23. Then you got 23 plus 9. 23 plus 9 is 32. Then 32 plus 1 is 33. 33 in Satanism and numerology means master teacher, but it also means a change. Could be just a coincidence that on his birthday, the thing that got him all his movie roles as a gangster and as being hard, on the numbers of this day that this happened, symbolizes change. Change. So anyway, it comes up to 33. 33, 3 plus 3 also equals what? 6. So that's another 6. Is there one more 6? Let's see. 22 plus 1 is 23. 23 plus 9 is 32. 32 plus 9 is 41. 41 plus 1 is 42. 4 plus 2 is 6. So the day he gets his signature scar, which got him all the roles, all of them. He doesn't hide that fact. Everybody knows. Even Tupac said when he was chosen for the part of Bullet, I was reading where it says Pac saw his picture, was like, yeah, let's get him. But we know it was a little deeper than that, because even the number of the movie was released. Remember, all rituals are set up individually for that individual person. So the day he gets his scar, 11/22/1991, not only does it add up to 33, which means a change is coming. A change, like a metamorphosis. You can Google that. That's what just Google what does 33 mean in numerology. It means a significant change is taking place. Let me get back from the camera now. It means a significant change is taking place. And not only that, but it also adds up to 666. Y'all might still say, Josh, that's still a coincidence. You reaching. Well, let's look over everything. let's look over. No. Matter of fact, before we look over everything, let me finish connecting the dots for you. So I said, okay, Father, by now, last night, I'm telling you, by now I'm already blown away. Like, are you kidding me? And I said, then something said, Josh, remember when DMX, a week before DMX became a vegetable, a week before the Montero video drops, then he drops the sneakers almost a couple days before with the blood in them, which signifies every step he takes from now on is going to have blood on it. That's what that signifies. So he drops the sneakers. DMX, while DMX is as a vegetable, he also, they pull the plug. I mean, he drops the Montero video. It goes #1. I don't know how, most people say, I ain't watched that mess. Or they watched it, but nobody was banging that song. But anyway, they pulled the plug on DMX on Lil Nas X's birthday. Now remember, I said they do the rituals to fit your individual. Lil Nas X's birthday is April 9th, 1999. You invert that because you're dealing with Luciferianism. That's 666 on his birthday, right? So they build the rituals around your birthday many times, depending on who you are and what you're gonna do for them. So like I said in the other video back in April, so with them pulling the plug on DMX, it meant the death of the masculine man and the birth of the new homosexual, the new feminine homosexual. And so the thought hit me, did Lil Nas X do anything out of the ordinary when K.Williams' death? A couple days before K.Williams died, Lil Nas X shocked the world by saying he's pregnant. Is it a coincidence that with dealing with DMX, you have a birth? You have Lil Nas X and his birthday. Then with dealing with K.Williams, you have Lil Nas X giving birth now. So you had, with DMX, it symbolized the birth of the new feminine homosexual male, black male. And then with DMX, then with K.Williams, you have the new feminine homosexual male is now producing seed. He's now birthing seed. Somebody say, yeah, maybe this is all just coincidence, right? All coincidence, right? That the birth of Lil Nas X took place at X's death, and then K.Williams, the masculine who portrayed the masculine homosexual, at his death, right before his death, Lil Nas X says and tells the world, I'm gonna be birthing more me's, feminine homosexuals. And the reason why I want to say we're dealing with black men, there is an agenda, and can't nobody say it's not, to feminize the black male. Because think about it, throughout all the ages, they often try to picture, masculine and men, and manly, but also this. They know if they can get black men to embrace homosexuality as a whole. See, we push a lot of the fads and things, and you know what I'm saying. And like in hip hop, that's why you have all the words in hip hop changing. That's my bae, I'll wet this thing. You know what I'm saying, and all these homosexual terms that are in hip hop now. You have all of these homosexual terms that are in hip hop now. I remember. I won't even get to it. Let me finish. So you have all of these homosexual terms that are in hip hop now, right? And all these artists are using it. And so I said, Lord, that is no coincidence at all. That here you have the death of the masculine black heterosexual and the masculine black homosexual, and around both of their deaths, you have Lil Nas X dealing with birth and birthing. He's birthed at one, and then now he's producing others. Like y'all said, maybe that's just a coincidence, right? Maybe, and so we look at that, right? Maybe all of that's just a coincidence. DMX, his first introduction to the world, 4-3-2-1. Then he comes a vegetable on 4-3-2-1. Michael K.Williams, he dies. No, his first introduction to the world is in 96, 9-6, in 96 in the movie Bullet. But then he dies on 9-6, 9-6. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Maybe that's also a coincidence that it adds up to 9/11, which means sacrifice. As we know the other stuff that's happened on 9/11. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Maybe it's just a coincidence that DMX here at his tribute, at his death, it's almost like peeing on his grave. They peed on his grave by having a homosexual actor pretend to be him and disrespect him by not even knowing the words to the song. But pay attention, beloved. Go back and watch the little tribute to DMX what Michael K.Williams did. You can just easily pull it up on YouTube. Just Google DMX Michael K.Williams tribute, BET tribute. Right before the tribute is over, the stage turns blood red and Michael Williams is the only one on it. The stage turns blood red for like 3 seconds. Somebody tell me, what was the use of turning the stage blood red for only a couple seconds? Now they left there as announcing, like they love to do, here's the next sacrifice, blood sacrifice. Here's the next blood sacrifice. July, August, September, 3 months. April, May, June. 3 months in between. So you have X die in April. 6 months later, Michael K. There's that number 6. There's that number 6. And then on 9/11, maybe it's just a coincidence, right? A lot of people say no. And you know, somebody will say, no. Lil Nas X, he was saying he was giving birth because he was about to drop the whole Montero album. Or whatever he was about to drop. Right. And he does it a couple days right before Michael K's death. Just like with DMX. When he drops Montero, the song, the single or whatever. And does all that stuff. And then the symbolism of birth. Birthing the new feminine homosexual. The new feminine black homosexual. Maybe it's all just coincidence, right? The reason they keep getting away with it is because we always say it's just a coincidence. I told you, every ritual is singleized to that individual person. That's why it's not just black and white cut and dry for everybody. It's each individual person depending on the contract and what they do, right? So let's look, maybe it's just a coincidence that on his birth, you know, you have 3 6s, which they probably, his birth and Lil Nas X's birth both have 3 6s in them. But you have the 9 and the 6. Then on his death, 9 and the 6. Remember 1966, 9-6. His death, 9-6. His introduction to the world, 96, 9-6. Like I said, when he got his scar, the only reason he got those roles, he was even homeless at one point while he was a dancer. The only reason he got those roles as a gangster and a thug was that scar. And plus, he learned his acting from Tupac. Well, from watching Tupac from his first movie. And he admits that when he was talking to Fat Joe. Like, he learned a lot from Tupac. So, you was really seeing Tupac when you was watching Omar. But anyway, except the gay stuff. But anyway, the day he gets his scar on his birthday. His birthday was the day he got his scar. You have 3 6s. 11, 1, 1, 2, 2, that's 6, 1, 1. Then you have 22 plus 1, 23, then the 9, 32, then another 9, 40, 41, then plus 1, 42. That's another 6. You have the 3 6s on his birthday. Then let's do the 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5, 5 plus 9, 14. 14 plus 9 is 23. 23 plus 1 is 24. Another 6. You're not telling me that wasn't a ritual of him getting that scar on the day of his birth? And when you add 11, the 1, the 6, and then all that, it comes up to 33. 33, which means a change on his birth, on the day of his birth, on his birthday. It all numbers up to a change. Like I said, it may be just a coincidence, all a coincidence. Or he was sacrificed. Like I said, if the numbers match, if the numbers match, you'll find the devil. If they don't, then it's just coincidence. Y'all have a good one.